Ding dong, the witch is dead. The wicked witch, the wicked witch.
How much coffee does that cup hold?
A lot.
It's like a bowl.
Yeah, we could use that as a cereal bowl.
Do you want to go ahead and get started?
You want me to do another sing rehearsal?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not doing it.
You're such a brat. Alrighty, everybody. Hey, welcome to the Dorks and Debate podcast. I'm your host, Tina.
And this is your co-host, Alex.
Your co-pilot. So, happy holidays, everybody. We got the one big one done. We still have one left, which is next week. Do you have any plans for New Year's, Alex?
I'll be working both days.
I have off New Year's Day, and I think I get out early on New Year's Eve. But that's about it. See, I wasn't planning ahead. I should have taken Friday off, but just didn't think about it.
Yeah, I kind of choose my days off wisely. And, I haven't really done too many things on New Year's the past couple of years, so...
Well, New Year's, I like doing house parties for New Year's just because going out is just really, really expensive for New Year's, and you have to plan it really far in advance and stuff. That being said, it's on my bucket list. One year I want to spend New Year's in Times Square in New York.
Yeah, I've known a few people who have went. Mm-hmm. They said it's alright. It's not...
Yeah, I know. Whenever I say that, everybody's like, oh, well, do you know how expensive it is? Oh, you have to wait. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. The point is,
I would like to do I always kind of wanted to do it as well.
Yeah, just once.
Yeah.
But whatever. But, so yeah, that's the one coming up next week. My mom's birthday is also next week, so shout out to my mom. But
I think we overall had a good Christmas.
Yeah, I was going to just get into Christmas. So, you had a good Christmas?
Yeah.
Cool. I had a great one. Didn't have to work. I've been having a nice holiday and stuff. It's been awesome.
Well, I had to work Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And see the maniacs.
Yeah.
Last minute shoppers.
Ugh, God.
Which was a little disheartening, but after that, kind of got gradually better.
Cool.
So that's good.
Cool. Did you get some good gifts?
Yeah, I did get a couple good gifts. I mean, we exchanged gifts for each other.
Uh-huh.
And then did the separate family things, and then together. I got a whole bunch of new shirts.
Yeah.
It reminded me how much I want Game of Thrones to come back on, because I got 4 Game of Thrones shirts.
Oh, yeah. And you get the season pre-order, right?
Yeah, season 4 is ready to roll.
Cool. Whenever that comes out. But yeah, no, I got a bunch of good gifts too. I got, some movies, t-shirts, some Legos. My sister got me the night bus from Harry Potter, which we put together. Cool. And I got some great bubble gum. Really excited about that.
Bubblicious.
It's really good. But yeah, I got a bunch of little things, no real big gift, but everything I got I really wanted, and it was really thoughtful. So yeah, I had a really good time. And I got to spend it with my family and you. Mm-hmm. So cool. And my brother, who actually, he lives in Wales, so obviously he wasn't there, but he'll be visiting soon. So
yeah,
yay for that.
About 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah. So I'll try to get him on the podcast. It will sound funny because his inflection has changed a little since he's been living over there for a while. But you'll hear it.
Yeah,
so
and
anyway.
then also in 2 weeks is, I guess my birthday is the 9th of January, and when's yours?
Mine's the 11th.
That's pretty
That's
crazy.
so weird. And we're also 2 years, I'm 2 years older than him, so we got 2 and 2.
2 and 2. So last year we celebrated on the 10th.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
The 9th is mine, the 11th is yours, the 10th is ours.
Right, there you go. Our sappy little segment. No, but yeah, so it's going to be cool. We still got, Christmas is over. Oh, that sucks, but still got New Year's and our birthday and all that kind of stuff.
And you still haven't really got a chance to play and look at all the stuff that we got for Christmas. So.
No, that's basically what we've been doing today, and a little bit last night. Which one of the things that Alex got is it called an emulator? Is that what it's called? Or
well, I guess on the computer it would be an emulator, but it's like a standalone reissue of the Sega Genesis console. Mm. And they seem to put these out every couple of years. Mm-hmm. And this is the newest model, and it's this is more for department stores and stuff like that.
Right.
And when I looked at it, I was like, oh, it has 80 built-in games prepackaged in this little box. Mm-hmm. So it has a lot of the Genesis classic games like Sonic and Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, all the ones that I like playing.
Yeah.
And then it has a bunch of like old computer game style games.
Yeah.
Which you're probably never going to play, but to contrast that, it does play cartridges.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty cool. And it's funny how the old Genesis, the first Sega Master System, was so big, and now this is like a 6x4 cube.
Yeah, that's true.
That still fits the cartridge, and you can still put classic controllers into it. So
that's really good that you can still play older, the actual, like you said, older cartridges and stuff.
Yeah, I want to pick up a few of them. I remember the old. I didn't really have Sega Genesis.
No, I never had it.
We did have it, but I was always a Nintendo kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Nintendo was more prominent in everybody's household.
Yeah, definitely for mine.
But yeah, I remember playing an X-Men game for Genesis that was extremely hard, but very fun. Mm-hmm. It seemed like one of the funnest ones that I played in that era. And then also Aladdin, which I know is on both systems, but I just would like to pick that up.
Yeah, I had Aladdin for Super Nintendo. But yeah, watching you play it last night, it actually got me kind of sentimental. So I dug out my Super Nintendo and my old Nintendo. And I haven't tried the Super Nintendo yet, but the Nintendo still works. So I was playing Kirby for a little while before. Which
is amazing because, how old is that system? What, 80, 89 I think NES came out?
Well, it came out in the US in 85 actually.
85,
but
okay.
like those particular ones, they aren't that old. I would say maybe.
Well, you have the old one, and then you have the top loader.
Yeah,
second edition one.
That's true, because our old one was getting a little funky. But I don't have too many games. I got a couple, so.
Yeah, I had... Super Nintendo was always my thing. And probably about 2 years ago, I had such an awesome collection of Super Nintendo games.
Yeah.
All the ones that everybody wanted. And still, like, NES cartridges... Or, no, I'm sorry, Super NES cartridges that are still going for, like, $59, and $40 and $30, and they were the ones that everyone wanted as collectors, and I just wound up getting rid of it, selling it. So
that's crazy. They're still
Chrono Trigger. That I mean, I guess what happened was there was like a lull when the Wii came out because you could download a lot of stuff.
That's true, yeah.
And even the PlayStation Network started picking it up, and you could download a lot of the old titles on your newer systems. Mm-hmm. And so there was a drop in price. And then what happened was, I think, like, people... Like, they picked them up, but they still want that original
Yeah, because then, like, the music is exactly the same, the graphics are exactly the same. So
it's just having the old cartridge, I think, is pretty cool. Like, I had, like, Final Fantasy was one of my big things.
Oh, yeah.
And I had the original Final Fantasy 2 and 3 for SNES. And those were, like, one of my prized gaming, pieces or whatever.
I still have the 3 Donkey Kong games, or Donkey Kong Country games, which those 3
awesome.
were my favorite playing.
Great
I mean,
games.
I wasn't like crazy. Like, I loved playing it, but I never played any Final Fantasy game, or, there's a whole bunch of different ones I've never played. Into. But, so I'm happy that I kept those.
But I think retro games in general, I think for our age, is really what brings back that gaming spirit. Like I said in last week, how I'm going to try to start playing the Star Wars Force Unleashed game.
Yeah. And
I got through a little bit of it, but nowadays, like, newer games, they just don't grab my attention. Like, I can't, I don't know, I just can't stick with them. I mean, I'm going to keep playing it.
Right.
But it's not like something I would have to do. You know
right.
what I mean? Like, whereas when we put on the old games that we grew up with, nostalgia kicks in, and you're like, oh, let's check this out. You want to do more and more of it,
And also, which it's really funny, is I'm a lot more sloppy playing. Like, when I was playing Kirby upstairs a little while ago, I was hitting a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta actually keep track of my hearts here, because I'll die.
Yeah, that's funny you say that, because when I was watching you play, I was just like, wow, she's really good at this, like, because I had never played that Kirby.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who Kirby is, but I've never played that game, and if I was to be playing that, I'd be dying and messing up. You were, like, breezing through the levels like you just played it last night,
Yeah. But it's
funny.
no, because I was hitting people, and then it's like you get hit once, and it's like, oh god, that really hurt me. I gotta be careful. So, but you forget about that with the with all the newer games and stuff.
Yeah, so that Sega system that I got, that kind of boosted our. I guess that's our kind of fad of the week. Will be retro gaming.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool. We were playing the Sega last night, and I was playing Columns. And Tina went into this laughing fit for about 15 minutes. And I couldn't understand why.
I'll be honest, I don't really know why I found it so funny. That controller in that game was so sensitive.
Yeah, flying around. And the music.
Oh, yeah, I don't even remember how it went, but it was pretty funny. But
that was a good time.
So, yeah, that was quite fun. That was a good gift from Santa.
Yeah, so if you know of, I guess I don't know where our listeners are at, but I'm trying to find more retro gaming stores.
Oh, yeah.
And there's I guess the franchise is called Stop and Play by us.
Or Play and Trade.
Play and Trade, I'm sorry, not Stop and Play. And then you can also go to flea markets. But I was wondering where other,
Yeah, I don't know.
You can always buy stuff on eBay and Amazon, but I like the old school. Especially if you're buying old products with nostalgia.
Yeah, it's a little scary to buy stuff like that, I would think, online.
Yeah, I like the feeling of going into a shop and picking it out and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
So if you know of any of those, let us know.
Yes, please.
You remember Funko Land?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I remember going into Funko Land when I was real young, and they had billions. They had a newspaper list of all the games that they had, NES.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh, it was so cool.
I remember we would buy games and then the little cardboard sleeve that came and said Funko Land, and it was either orange or green.
I think that might be the same company. Play and Trade bought them out or something like that.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
They should have kept the name. That was a good name.
Yeah, it was.
Well, yeah, so that's our nostalgia trip, and yeah, what we're all into this week, besides just Christmas in general. But actually, with you asking people for input, that reminded me, before we go any further, I wanted to say I was pleasantly surprised the other day. I went on to iTunes and I was just skimming our podcast and stuff, and I saw that we got a new review on the 18th of December. So I wanted to say thank you very much. You know who you are, and thank you for the nice praise and everything. And they made note that we were going through some changes and stuff, which we still are, but I think we're working out the kinks and everything. But thank you so much. It means the world to us.
Yeah, it is very. Anytime you see a review, whether it's positive or negative, it kind of always makes me feel good because at least people are listening. Right,
because it's we're just doing this, and we have no way. At least, us, we have no way of really tracking who's actually listening or anything. So the feedback is very much appreciated. Thank you very much.
And on the point of...
What? Reviews?
I got it. And on the point of the name change, we're really close. So that's cool that people are actually listening to recent episodes.
Yeah.
And getting behind the name change. We have a couple, a couple things to go, and then
we just have to do some fine tuning. Yeah.
Yeah, I think by the 1st we'll try to announce it.
Yeah.
The first of the year, and then between the month of January, try to get everything switched over. Mm-hmm. So. Pretty much by the end of January, we should have the new show fully formed and rolling out. Yeah, but we'll do a little announcement about that. Yeah. But we're pretty close. We'll have a new website and everything. So yeah. And as you can tell, will be one of our shows, the week. Well, yeah. Weekly Geekly. And exactly. That's one of the names of the show. That's kind of the one giveaway we'll give you guys. Well, that and the movie and TV one, but we'll let everybody know everything once we have it all finalized and all buttoned up. But thank you again. Just wanted to keep saying that because I was really excited. But anyway. So now this is completely different than what we were talking about last week, but with the movie The Interview. So they did release it in I forget how many, but a very small amount of theaters. Mm-hmm. And then I think also you could watch it, you could buy it or rent it on YouTube, I think, right? No, a bunch of different platforms. Where you could you could purchase it on any one of the big services. Ones, Okay, yeah. So they really kind of pumped it out there. Mm-hmm. Which is very cool. I almost suggested that we watch it, and then but I just kind of fell off, I guess. I don't know why.
It's hard with the holidays. My brain's been kind of just all over the place.
And then I was flipping through articles today and saw that it's estimated that it was pirated at least 750,000 times.
I'm not at all
within
surprised.
the first 20 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
So that just goes to show you.
Yeah, I mean
how that kind of media works.
Yeah, it's all crazy. I mean, I plan on watching it at some point. We'll see.
Yeah, and that's funny, like, because for a while everyone was saying, "Oh, well, everything's going to go to digital and it's going to release online before it even comes out in the movies."
Yeah,
and it would seem like it was going that way.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie, whether or not people want to agree, is like furthering that trend, but also at the same time showing that will never work because there's always people that
it could work.
I mean, how could it work? How could it work?
Down the line, when people have way more advanced entertainment systems in their house and stuff.
Well, I'm not saying in that sense. I'm saying that once it's online, like once someone gets a hold of a screener copy or something like that, that second, it's online, and now everybody has access to it. So now everyone's going to download it for free.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of people. First, there's morally good people that don't want to do that, and then another thing, there's people that are just lazy and don't really I don't want to get a virus on my computer, or I don't know.
Yeah,
how to do
this is
it.
true. I mean,
there's all that stuff.
750.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm not at all surprised about
in
those
20
numbers.
hours. That's crazy.
Yeah. So we'll see it at some point. But if anybody saw it, let us know what you think, because I'm curious. And so yeah, going on the whole movie thing, man, there hasn't been anything that I've been super interested in watching lately.
The Hobbit came out, and I heard it was trash, which I knew it was going to be.
From the people I know that saw it, I mean, they liked it, but they liked the other ones, so I don't know. I'll watch it when it comes on Redbox or something like that. But what we did watch was I forget if it was Santa or somebody got me Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So I finally got to watch that again because I'd only seen it the one time, back in July at the movie theater. So I finally got to watch that again. And take in all the special effects and stuff. It's such an awesome movie.
Yeah, it is very, very good. I mean, did you do top movies of 2014 yet?
Well, no, we did our summer movie
review.
awards.
Okay, yeah.
So pretty soon, within the next 2-3 weeks, we're going to do our fall holiday season, which was everything, from September to the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's cool. But, I think Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was one of the top of the year for me. Anyway.
It was a real close, and they're so different movies, but Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and Guardians those were the two top ones for me.
Yeah, they're both very good. We watched both of them too.
But yeah, actually,
I
got
Guardians, you got Dawn.
Right, yeah, so they're in the movie collection now. But that actually brings us to our next topic, which I am a little bit, but you're more so into the special features that come, on all these movies and stuff.
Yeah, I have always been into the special features of movies, like the behind the scenes commentaries, deleted scenes, stuff like that. So
if you had to pick or are there any certain types of special features, like the making of docs you always try to check out, or?
Well, I guess my whole spiel for this point will be, I feel like they could do so much more with special features, and
I feel like that too.
They just don't, and it's sad. Like sometimes a movie that I really, really like and really, want to buy the Blu-ray and support, the makers of the film and stuff, and then they put out a DVD with like a 10-minute featurette or something like that, and 3 deleted scenes.
Which are just extended scenes that are even deleted.
And it just is a bummer because when you buy a movie to keep in your collection, that to me is half the price. That's really what I'm paying for, because I could rent it and just watch the film. I could find another way to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it be borrow it, rent it, Redbox, stream it. There's so many ways to watch movies. Now, if I'm going to pay for something and own it and buy the Blu-ray and get it to my house, I want something else to come with the package. I want it to be an experience. Well, not an experience, but a package. Of content.
Right.
So, when you find a movie and it has 3 featurettes that are 10 minutes each, you're like, that sucked.
Oh, and then the theatrical trailer they always put on there.
Yeah, like, why do I need to watch that? I think that at least the amount of special features should be the same amount of time as the movie itself. So if you have a movie that's 2 hours long, you should at least have 2 hours of special features.
Worth of special
Whether it's, featurettes, making ofs, whatever, it should be about that.
Well, that's why I would say they should always put outtakes on movies, because
you really
funny.
like the outtakes
I just like
and the
watching people
reels.
laugh and stuff.
And even that sometimes, like we watched the Guardians of the Galaxy gag reel, and even that was like not great. It was like half of it is like a overdub with like a music track,
and it's
like
just people making funny faces.
Yeah, that's
like,
not what I want to see.
Yeah,
I want to see interaction between mess up takes and stuff like that. That's why you watch a gag reel.
Yeah.
Like, and there's been like really funny ones. Like, I know that this isn't a movie, but the Office seasons.
Yeah. Oh, I bet
always
they're
have
very funny.
great.
Yeah.
Granted that's a comedy, so you're laughing, but they always have great gag reels.
The actually, I don't own it, but I've seen it. The Sons of Anarchy. I think it's season 1. There's a whole bunch of parts where they're yelling lines at each other and they just completely fumble them. Those are really funny. And then surprisingly, I remember the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the first movie. Those outtakes, I was laughing my head off because they're just people falling and just, like it's like wow, that movie looked like it was really fun. That was a fun movie set, I guess.
Yeah. I think my favorite special feature, is the Lord of the Rings. Like when the extended editions came out on DVD and they put that set of the book looking like ones.
Right.
They had the appendices books, and that was like good 4 hours each movie of special features, and I watched those special features numerous times. I mean, if you're going to pay all this money, that's what you should be getting. And I know Peter Jackson is notorious for filming a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think more directors should be doing it, and more companies should be doing that kind of thing. Because we watched The Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and we kind of ran through them pretty quick.
Yeah,
and it was some interesting stuff. Kind of was over really quick.
Yeah. Well, did we watch all of them?
No, we didn't. We didn't watch them all, so I still have a little bit left of that, I still have to watch the actual features of Guardians. We only watched the gag reel and then watched the movie.
Oh, right. Yeah. The Alien. I'm looking at it right now, but we have the Alien quadrilogy. That's got some nice special features in it too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. And then sometimes you have like the stills or production.
Production stills, yeah.
Or concept art, and like you'll put it on, and it'll just be like a slow picture-to-picture thing. Like,
give me some narration.
Give me some narration or something. I guess a good example is I don't necessarily agree with this 100%, but it's moving forward in the special feature realm. Man of Steel.
Okay.
That Blu-ray.
Okay.
That had the film. And then it had the special features, which was actually just the film playing. So you were watching the movie again, but it was cutting in and out to outtakes and interviews. Like a little box would pop up on the screen, and a guy will talk about how they did this while the scene is actually running throughout the film. And I thought that was really, really clever way to do it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the next movie to put that out like that, because that, in my opinion, was right up there with Lord of the Rings. Even though it wasn't the greatest film, I really enjoyed watching it because it was done so well.
Yeah,
you should check that out just to get the idea of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
It was very cool.
Well, I agree. They should try that out a little bit more. And then sometimes they'll have. I've seen a couple of movies or watched a couple of movies with commentary on. And sometimes it's just so boring. It's like, forget it, I don't care. And then other times they're actually pretty insightful, or they're just really funny.
Yeah, I've seen. And the commentaries are usually the last thing that I'll watch. Because
you got to watch the whole movie again.
Yeah, like I'll watch all of the making stuff, and then like grasping at straws. I'll put on the commentary, and then I'll be like cleaning my room,
right?
Or cleaning up, doing laundry while I'm listening to whatever it is. And then on that same note, I think it was a Game of Thrones that did it or something, but they combined all of the different, because usually there's commentary A, B, and C, which is 1 is the director, 2 is the producer and sound editor, and 3 is the actors.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then you're going to have lulls.
Oh, well, yeah.
Within those. So then one of them, I forget what it was that I saw, but combined all of them. So it was like constant stimulation. You know, it was it was like it was the best parts of each one. You know, so that was a smart way of doing it too.
You know what? Just I thought of it just real quick, but there's one commentary that's pretty awesome. Is for the Goonies DVD. They got like all the kids to do it,
and they do the picture, right? Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty interesting. But so special features are pretty awesome. I do like when they do the computer animated kids movies, and they make outtakes, you know, specifically for them.
Oh yeah.
I always think those are cute too. But yeah, I love outtakes, so whatever.
Yeah, so I think they need to step it up. You know, give us some more stuff. If you're going to make us buy these, you know, especially in the days, I mean, the way that movie,
just viewing and stuff with, you know, things like you said with streaming, with all the different options you can see a movie, and with the prices, especially with Blu-rays, it's like, I gotta really love this movie to, you know, get in my collection. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So, and if they up the special features without raising the prices.
No, we're not raising any prices.
Yeah, then, I agree. So we'll see if they're listening to our podcast. If they can get on that, that'd be good. I have a couple of sets, like movie sets that I own that I haven't actually checked any of the special features.
Yeah, I see that you have a couple of good things that we should watch the special features on.
Yeah, like the Indiana Jones ones.
I've seen those because I've owned the DVD version, and it came with an actual just a disc.
Yeah, I remember the full disc.
Yeah, and it's not great because it's one of the older ones.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a lot of old kind of stuff. But even some of that stuff is cool, so.
Yeah.
The Game of Thrones, I remember, had a couple things. But then, this is another thing, the Game of Thrones went into that of hiding special features.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Like with the special buttons.
Yeah, you gotta find the menu. Yeah. Like, I'm not a fan of that either. Like, I gotta find the stuff on the disc. No, put it all in plain sight. I paid for it. Why do I gotta look it up how to get it, you know?
You know which one was bad with that? Is I remember it was one of the first, the really childlike Harry Potter movies. Maybe the first one. And you had to, kind of play these shitty games to unlock certain features, and it's like, I don't feel like doing all this. I'm an adult. I just want to see the deleted scenes. Yeah, that's stupid. So, but I agree with that too. I also have the Rocky series, the whole series, but I've never watched the special features on there either. But the alien one,
I've never seen all the Rocky films.
I will say right up front that I have not seen the fifth movie, but I've heard. Actually, Vanessa's the one who got me to watch them because it's. I don't know what it is. I just never really saw a lot of Sylvester Stallone movies when I was younger. I mean, I saw Dredd, Cliffhanger, and there's another one, and I can't think of what it is.
Yeah, I've seen Cliffhanger,
but
I saw Dredd. Yeah, but overall, I'm not a fan of.
I became a fan of his, and I'm not a super big fan, but a fan of his later on in life. But anyway, so Vanessa let me borrow her Blu-ray set that she had, because I was like, I've never seen these, and I always wanted to, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I watched them all. I had over the one weekend, I was at the house by myself, so I just watched all the movies. And I skipped that one. And she was like, you don't need to see that one. That one's terrible. And collectively, online and just other people I know that have seen them said nobody likes that movie. But the last one that they did, in the early 2000s, I think.
Yeah, the newest one.
That was a good ending to the series, I thought. So I skipped that. I watched 1 through 4, and then the last one, and I was totally fine. I just knew the gist of what happened in the 5th one.
Okay.
But the first one's great. Although I gotta be honest, the 4th one, which is the cheesiest and the most over the top, but that's my favorite. It's there's all these montages, and it's got Apollo Creed in it, and really great music. And it's also got Dolph Lundgren, who I love to death, and he's all crazy. To be honest,
who is that?
He's the blonde guy. Did you see Masters of the Universe way back in the day?
No, I missed
Okay.
the longer boat, I guess.
Well, I mean, whatever. But he's just one of those
Like an action
big,
cheesy star?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. The funny thing about him, though, is that he's, like, super smart in real life. But he's, like,
really?
this, like, yeah, he always plays these, like, same kind of characters. But he's really impressive in that movie because he's just, like, gigantic and he looks like a monster. But, anyway, so that, like, I love that character and stuff. But, yeah, we should watch those one day. But, I had a point. I was getting to it. I saw it online the other day. There's this artist who I've talked about a couple times. I'll put a link. Actually, I did put a link to his work on the Facebook page. But anyway, he did this picture for... normally he does a lot of, like, what do you call them, like portraits? Mm-hmm. Which, the Predator picture that I showed everybody, he's done that one. I love his style. It's very colorful and just, it looks awesome, I think. But anyway, so he did one for Rocky IV. And it just looks cool. I mean, you can see it online. I'm not going to try to describe it.
It is very cool. And see now that's from 4, right? Rocky IV. See, now I know who that person is. Like I'm bad with names. I can always see faces before names.
Yeah. And it prominently features Dolph Lundgren's character in the picture.
Sculpted out of a mountain.
Yeah. And they had 2 versions. They did the American version and then the Russian version with Russian text on there. And they were like, it's going on sale 3 p.m. on Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. And I was like, oh shoot, I want to try to own this. Because it's like poster size and stuff. I got shut out completely.
Yeah, you were pretty upset.
I was so pissed off. It was like 3:02. And it wasn't working.
Granted, you were trying on your phone, though, at 3:02.
Well, yeah, but still, I couldn't get anywhere. That's why I moved to the laptop, and then I was able to get to checkout.
Yeah, which is, I'm not saying it doesn't. It's not an excuse. It should be working. Whatever you do it. It seemed like the site was so overcrowded that it was just bogging down, and whoever clicked first got them, and that was it.
Well, because I kept hitting refresh, and then I was able to get to the PayPal screen, but when I went, you go back from PayPal to pay for your item, it was gone. But it's just, I mean. That artist is really popular.
And to be honest, you went for the Russian version first, right? Mm-hmm. Which I wouldn't have went for.
I just think it looks cool.
I think it does look cool with Russian writing, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't speak Russian. I can't read that.
Oh, I don't either. But like the whole point of the picture is because he's the Russian bad guy in the mountains.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But it's the same thing when you have prints for movies from other countries that are really expensive just because they're from other countries.
Oh, well,
you know
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just for instance, like I saw a Jurassic Park one, but it was written in Japanese.
Oh, okay.
And it was going for like crazy money online, but just because it was written in Japanese. And it's like, as an American collector, I don't think I would want to pay that extra money for it.
With that particular thing, I would agree, only because Jurassic Park in Japan has nothing. There's no link there. Yeah. The whole reason I want it, not because I'm Russian,
because it is a Russian guy. Yeah,
right, and he's like the big bad guy of the movie.
Yeah, I could see what
that's the only reason why for that particular one. But I guess everybody felt the exact same way as me because the Russian one sold out, and then I kept trying, but the American one sold out too.
Yeah, and then you even commented on it, and the artist actually commented back to you, right?
Yeah. He said that they're hoping to have additional prints in the next couple of weeks, so I'll keep watching that. Hopefully, I'll get lucky because that's good. I really like it. And he's a really talented artist.
And to be honest, I remember you saying like you didn't really like that idea, the way artists do that. Mm-hmm. And I for one think it's genius because if you're an artist and you take all this time doing this picture, and then you're just going to copy prints. He didn't paint every 90.
No, it was.
I know that, but it's just his thing, and then he does a certain amount. Mm-hmm. So then it's like, okay, this is all I'm putting out of this because I put a lot of time in this,
right?
And I'm not going to flood 100 billion prints so everyone has one. I'm only going to put a certain amount out, so it's just like I painted them all. You know what I mean? It's that same idea of supply and demand, really.
But I'm saying you could do 100 more of each thing, keeping the exact same price.
Yeah, but what's the sweet number? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It'd be trial and error, yeah.
So I kind of like that artists do that. I mean, I think it's very smart to do that for art because it's a very limited market. So they got to really. I mean, there's probably a sweet spot number that if he puts out too many, they're going to sit there and then they're not selling or something like that.
Well, yeah, and I don't know how you'd figure that out.
Do you know how much you paid for the Predator one? when it first came out? Did you buy it when it first came out, or did you wait?
It was on his site for a while.
Okay, yeah. So then even that also too, like this is probably the initial first run. Then maybe a couple months down the line, he might put it back on his site.
Well, yeah, that's what he said. They might have additional prints soon. So we'll see. Well, just for whatever. But he did I'll show it to you later. The Darkness, Tim Curry's character from Legend.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's so awesome.
I think you showed that to me, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because you showed me a couple. You showed me Slimer that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do actually like this guy's art. Mm-hmm. Definitely do.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Because we have... That's his, too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have Bill Murray up there.
Yeah.
And that's his, too.
As, Peter Venkman. Covered in slime. But, yeah. So hopefully everybody keep your fingers crossed so I can get my hands on one of these pictures because they're pretty awesome. And I'm a fan. But yeah.
You know what? And it's funny to talk about art. Like, you see some of these people who buy these paintings of old Picasso stuff.
Oh, you mean like...
old legit paintings.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm not trashing them.
Okay,
you know, I'm not trashing them, but like it I don't know, like I would maybe want one of those that had something like a cool, like maybe landscape that was done in a certain like new style paint or something like that. But otherwise, they all look the same to me.
Well, yeah, art is one of those really weird things where it's all in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, and that's why I like the art that is like new. I guess what would you call it, like pop culture art?
Well, I mean, like most of the stuff we have up here, yes.
Yeah, like pop culture, I guess.
Or stuff that I did in school.
Homemakers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that stuff to me is cool. Like that stuff is the stuff that I would want around like me. Also, too, I'm kind of into maps.
Oh, yes, I've noticed that.
We have a Game of Thrones map up on the wall. And at my other house, I used to have a big atlas of the world and the United States.
I had those, too, in my bedroom when I was younger.
Yeah, I was always fascinated by maps. But yeah, just art in general is definitely weird. So, I mean, we have like a lot of pop culture stuff throughout the house.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that fits us for sure. But, art just in general, it's all really just... It's your audience, because what one person might think is great, somebody else might hate.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, you think of, like, going over to, like, say, you go to a Christmas party of, someone you work with or something.
Right.
And you go into their house, and it's like they got these modern art pictures, and it's just like, it looks like, 3 lines of brown on a wet canvas with another orange line over that, and that's supposed to be art. And it's like, nah, I got Vigo hanging above my fireplace. Yeah. He's way cooler than that brown wallpaper you got there. Just overall.
I would agree, yes. But, I mean, I don't know.
Or like when they do the spaghetti with the paint, it looks like they just threw the brush around and like little strands of paint hit everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. And I'm also more partial to portraiture. I like people's faces and stuff, too. And I like colors. I
go both ways. I like portraits, but I also like landscapes. I also like, like if they did like a landscape of, say, Tatooine or something. Like I would like that with the 2 suns and the Mos Eisley style architecture.
Yeah.
Like that would be a cool painting, or print, or however they do it.
And there's probably somebody that's done that on DeviantArt or Redbubble. I mean, that's another cool thing with the internet and stuff is you can find people. There's just so many talented people that do so much, and it's, you can see it all.
yeah. And I also, too, I guess my favorite is because you're more pop culture than me. Mm-hmm. You like that kind of stuff, which I've kind of like totally got into. Mm-hmm. I also like music, like John Lennon, like I like Frank Zappa, stuff like that, like posters and old playbills, stuff like that. Yeah, that's very cool. And also, I really enjoy fantasy art, like fantastical stuff, like, dragons, creatures. Dragons like on big mountains or warriors and wizards and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of those. But that is like very tough to work. It's got to be very precise what you get. Because it kind of can look tacky.
Can look tacky, and a lot of it looks the same to me, or it's done. A lot of it's done in the same style. I mean, if you could just like for pop culture stuff, and that's such a wide topic, but Star Wars, you can do realistic stuff. You can do watercolor stuff really easily. You can do the fake Art Deco style. You know what I mean? There's so many different styles you can do. Whereas with fantasy-based stuff, it's you pretty much want it realistic looking, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
And I guess you could even almost, I don't know, 6 in one, half dozen in the other. Mm-hmm. You could lump fantasy art into pop culture.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because there are, like, would you consider Lord of the Rings pop culture? I probably would. Because it's, it's something that the culture likes. And
and it's the movies.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then also you have, like I was talking about Dungeons and Dragons. Mm-hmm. That was a very nerdy thing. You could almost fit it into pop culture,
Right. Well, I was talking more so, like, with, just, like, not something that's based on a movie or a book or a game, but just, like,
overall,
just drawing of a dragon or
I
something.
see what you're saying, yeah.
You wouldn't see that done in, like, an Art Deco style. You would see that done in a realistic version.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, but, I mean, that's art. There's a whole lot of it, and there's a whole lot of opinions about it.
Ooh, I was actually talking with my brother, who's also on YouTube, and who does, like, politics stuff and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And it was discussing how we did have, like, oh, man, you should see our house, bro. I can't wait till you come over. We have such cool, like, art hanging on the wall. Mm-hmm. I told him about Vigo and everything else. And he was just saying how, he's not really into art too much. But then he brought up this one guy.
Right.
And he's a street artist.
Oh, okay.
And, like, he was getting in big trouble, and he does certain spots throughout, and then he'll tweet where he did it. Oh, it's like graffiti art, like stuff like that. And I forget his name, but I looked him up when he told me to, and that's kind of cool too. When, like, graffiti art, it can go both ways, but when it's done right, it looks very cool. Mm-hmm. And it really ticks me off that when, like, governments or whoever, like, privately owned businesses will cover it up with like nasty, paint, and it's just like, I can see covering up stupid, like, just spray, like, one word or just something done not well. Right. But, like, actual art that comes out nice on a bridge in a broken down city should be left up there because it,
now, but how do you feel about people that commission graffiti artists?
What do you mean?
Like, people, okay, so you have, like, people that do graffiti art where it's like, not really, well, they're not supposed to do that on that wall, kind of thing, right? But then you'll have companies or corporations or whatever, or businesses that are the other way. They want something on this wall, so they commission an artist to draw something. Some people act like, well, that, like, it doesn't have as much street cred because the person sought out art. But then again, it is art, you're celebrating art, so what do you feel about that?
I don't know, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
I could see where, like, I wouldn't want, like, that to happen if I was the artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would think that would be, I don't know. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
It really does.
I would welcome it. I mean, obviously that's not going to be, every business isn't going to want that, obviously. But the ones that do want it, people should do it because it's art and it looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to look him up, but I can't find him right now. That street artist I was talking about.
Well, what you can do is if you find him, just put a link to his work, maybe.
But even just like typing up street art and then typing in Google, there are so many cool things that people do on the side of buildings and stuff like that. So that would be really cool. Like if I had a house, like a nice house, I would maybe want to do that on one of my walls.
That'd be interesting. Yeah,
something cool. Like it brings me to the point. When I was younger, we had this door, like my door, to my room.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And all my brother's friends were older, and we were all, kind of hippies or whatever.
Yeah.
And everyone would write on my door. Mm-hmm. And, like, we would do different tags and stuff like that. And, like, you could tell, like, us as younger kids would all have, like, stupid stuff.
Right,
it was, like, horrible tags, thinking we could draw and we can't.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Stuff drawn over other things. And then there was this one kid who did, like, a big mural of our last name and then, like, the world and a couple things. And that was, like, really done well. And, like, overall, the door became, like, a centerpiece. Mm-hmm. So it looked really cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I have a whole scrapbook full of, like, weird, stupid crap like that I drew or colored in or whatever.
You're way better of an artist than I can't draw nothing.
Well, I mean, we're both artistic. It's just we're artistic in different ways. But, yeah. So, yeah, that's our take on art.
Yeah, I actually, speaking of that, we kind of set up the one room to where we have, like, little workstations.
Yeah.
And you were working on your Christmas card. Did you post that, by the way?
And I didn't on the site. I posted it on my personal page, but I'll put it on the...
Yeah, because it's very cool. I think everyone will want to see it. But yeah, you were working on that, and then I had it like set up so we're back to back, like almost cubicle style.
Yeah.
I went and bought myself a new little keyboard to start.
Oh yeah, we put the picture on.
Yeah, we put it up. So, and then I was working on music. Not that I'm, great at it, but it's still
practice.
It's still fun.
Yeah,
it's still fun. So I'm gonna try to like put a little. My idea was to have like a little theme for each show and different things. Maybe when we drop a fuck, have like a little noise or something, and then an outro.
Sounds.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have a little bit more interaction that way. If once we get the new show and the names, everything done, I'll try to put some music onto it. Mm-hmm. And then I was on that same point. I was saying, well, we could use like our artistic abilities. I'll put a little music in, and then maybe you draw up like a new logo.
Yeah,
and then, like
we're gonna try to have a
opening
new logo and stuff. Some animation going for YouTube and stuff. Yeah, it's all rolling change basically. But yeah, we're gonna try to do all that stuff also. It's just cramming it in between work, and that kind of thing, and personal stuff. You know how that goes. But, yeah. I was going to ask you if there's anything else you wanted to talk about. But the only other thing I have on my list is the crackling of brand.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's Snack City.
Yeah.
I got your dad.
Yeah.
You were like, well, I was like, what should I get? I don't know what to get people. And she was like, oh, I got something. You can get them crackling oat bran. And I was like, what are you talking about? And it was a cereal. And then when I went and looked at, found it, I was like, oh man, I do remember this.
Yeah, blast from the past.
Yeah, and this was really good if I remember. And I wrapped it up and, we gave it to, and it was all great. So then like the next morning, I was like, can I have some of this?
Uh-huh.
And I just, it was like, just eating it out the box. Like, I don't even need milk. I like to snack on cereal that way.
Almost.
And it was so good. And we went and bought another box today because I forgot how good it was.
So yeah, we used to eat that when we were younger, but it was kind of like a treat cereal because it was more expensive and it came in like a smaller box and stuff. But yeah, it's a really good cereal. It's one of the good things another one of the many good things about the Christmas break and stuff. You get to like indulge. I had fabulous macaroni and cheese the other day, and got little chocolates and all that other kind of crap. So stuff that you really try not to eat during the rest of the year.
Yeah, so we have a slightly different snack taste. Like, what's your favorite snack to snack on?
Oh well, I like more like either like crackers, like salty like crackers, or like sweet stuff like chocolate or a cookie. You like more like gummies and like licorice and stuff like that, it seems.
Yeah, like. I do like my licorice and gummies. Chocolate I like dark.
I like all chocolate.
Yeah, I don't really like white, and I used to like milk when I was little, but like only for a little bit, and then I had dark, and I was like, wow, this is actually chocolate.
So when I was younger, I didn't like dark chocolate at all.
No way. The first time I tasted dark chocolate, I knew that I was hooked. And I don't really eat milk at all anymore. But yeah, I do like any type of gummy, which is like one of the worst snacks you could eat.
Oh well, I mean, my snacks aren't healthy or anything. I'm just saying.
But I do like to do sweet and salty.
Yeah.
Like, I like to eat something sweet and then like a cracker or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretzels is probably one of my favorites.
Pretzels are good.
I do eat
except for honey mustard. I don't like those.
Well, that's a different story. But anything like that, I don't like. I like very bland food.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I do to an extent, but you like it even blander than I do.
Yeah, I like original potato chips. Original pretzels. I don't need buffalo or barbecue or sour cream.
No seasoning.
No. You don't need that. Because then it just tastes like that.
Yeah, but that's so tasty.
Yeah, but it does taste like that.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much everything we wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. Anything else that you got for Christmas you want to tell everybody?
Not really. I mean, I got my Legos, I got my movies, and I got shirts.
That's about it.
And I got some more pop figures too.
Oh yeah. I got you got me.
Yeah.
See now, she likes pop figures more than me. You have a pretty lot now.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say they're stupid or they're dumb because they are kind of cool. Like, I can see why people love them so much. But there was one, she got me Wally and Evie,
Yes.
a while back, which I really enjoyed. Because Wally's one of my favorite characters from Disney. Mm-hmm. And then recently I saw this one. I was like, this is the one that I want if I needed any, Mm-hmm. And it's Jesus from The Big Lebowski. Yeah. John Turturro.
John Turturro, yeah.
And that character is so classic. And I saw that they had a pop figure of him holding the bowling ball.
He's got the little rings in his hair.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal. So that one I have, and that was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. I got Jessica Rabbit, who I really liked her when I was younger. And Sam Eagle, him and Gonzo are my favorite Muppet characters. So I do have a lot, but I just get I get a lot of them as gifts. But the ones that I buy myself are the ones that, I really like them, so it works out. And the Jay and Silent Bob, which I thought
I was like, well, we'll keep these in the room because I do like those as well.
Because, I keep most of them in my cubicle at work.
Keep that next to the paraphernalia.
But, so they're cute. I like them. But, that's pretty much everything I'd say, right? So I hope everybody had a really great Christmas, and I hope everybody has a really safe and fun New Year's.
Yep.
And we'll try to do another one next week. And hopefully by then, we'll be able to unveil our grand plan, see what you guys think of it and stuff.
Yeah, I think I wanted to names, too. I'm not a fan of hashtags, but I'm going to hashtag my name.
Oh, you
my
mean...
host name.
Yeah, okay. So you want your handle?
Yeah, I want a handle. I think everyone should have handles.
Alrighty. Well, and thank you again for the review. Shout out to our reviewer. Mm-hmm. But if you guys want to give us any feedback, email us at damselsindebate@gmail.com. You can also give us feedback and stream all of our episodes on our website. Just go to damselsindebate.com.
There's a lot of good old ones.
Oh, yeah.
That you should check out.
Yep.
Especially if you're in the past couple years movies that you want to learn about, or just hear people kind of... Mm-hmm. Shooting the breeze about. Check it out.
Yeah, I know. If people are reviewing a movie I haven't seen or I don't care about, I usually won't listen to it. But if you like any of those movies, then I would say check them out. And we also have our movie awards and stuff too. But you can also go to, you can subscribe, rate, and review us on Stitcher and on iTunes. And, well, actually, you can rate us on YouTube also. Because I know you can subscribe and obviously see it. You can
we got to figure out how to switch everything over. But but while it's up, start commenting and start giving us feedback.
Yeah, exactly. And you can like us and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. Yeah,
I'm big on Facebook, so I try to. I've been trying to upload posts and stuff like that. And by any chance, if there's any new viewers that aren't like the Facebook page, you might as well like it because. That's where most of my activity is. Yeah. And I can comment with people and
I think down the line we might get a Instagram page too. But for right now, all those platforms, you can find us on there. And, you got anything else to add?
That's it.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, everybody. Enjoy the holiday. Oh, this will probably be the last podcast of this year, right? 2014.
So Happy New Year.
So Happy New Year. Yeah, 2015. Look out.
Yeah, just another year.
Jeez.
Happy New Year.
Oscar the Grouch.